The Bhagavad Gita, Gita Press, 38th reprint, 2007. Chapter 15. Sri Bhagavan said, "He who knows the pipala tree in the form of creation, which is said to be imperishable with its roots in the primeval being, whose stem is represented by Brahma, and whose leaves are the Vedas, is a knower of the purport of the Vedas. Fed by the three gunas and having sense objects for their tender leaves, the branches of the aforesaid tree, in the shape of the different orders of creation, extend both downwards and upwards, and its roots, which bind the soul according to its actions in the human body, are spread in all regions, higher as well as lower. The nature of this tree of creation does not, on mature thought, turn out what it is represented to be, for it has neither beginning nor end, nor even stability. Therefore, cutting down this pipala tree, which is most firmly rooted with the formidable axe of dispassion. Thereafter, a man should diligently seek for that supreme state, vis-a-vis God, having attained which they return no more to this world, and having fully resolved that he stands dedicated to that primeval being, God, Narayan himself, from whom the flow of this beginningless creation has progressed. He should dwell and meditate on him. They who are free from pride and delusion, who have conquered the evil of attachment and are constantly abiding in God, whose cravings have altogether ceased, and who are completely immune to all pairs of opposites going by the names of pleasure and pain, are undiluted, attain that supreme, immortal state. Neither the sun nor the moon nor fire can illuminate that supreme self-effulgent state, attaining which they never return to this world. That is my supreme abode. The eternal Jivatma in this body is a fragment of my own self, and it is that alone which draws around itself the mind and the five senses which abide in the Prakriti. Even as the wind wafts scents from their seat, so too the Jivatma, which is the controller of the body, taking the mind and the senses from the body, which it leaves behind, forthwith migrates to the body which it acquires. It is while dwelling in the senses of hearing, sight, touch, taste, and smell, as well as in the mind, that this Jivatma enjoys the objects of senses. The ignorant know not the soul departing from or dwelling in the body, or enjoying the objects of senses, even when it is connected with the three gunas. Only those endowed with the eyes of wisdom are able to realize it. Striving yogis too are able to realize this self-enshrined in their heart. The ignorant, however, whose heart has not been purified, know not this self in spite of their best endeavors. The radiance in the sun that illuminates the entire world, and that which shines in the moon, and that which shines in the fire too, know that radiance to be mine. And permeating the soil, it is I who support all creatures by my vital energy, and becoming the sapful moon, I nourish all plants. Taking the form of fire as Vaisvanara, lodged in the body of all creatures, and united with the exhalation and inhalation of breaths, it is I who digest and assimilate the four kinds of food. It is I who remain seated in the heart of all creatures as the inner controller of all. And it is I who am the source of memory, knowledge, and the ratiocinative faculty. Again, I am the only object worth knowing through the Vedas. I alone am the origin of Vedanta and the knower of the Vedas too. The perishable and the imperishable too. These are the two kind of Purushas in this world. Of these, the bodies of all beings are spoken of as the perishable, while the Jivatma, or the embodied soul, is called imperishable. Yet, the Supreme Person is other than these, who, having encompassed all the three worlds, upholds and maintains all, and has been spoken of as the imperishable Lord and the Supreme Spirit. Since I am wholly beyond the perishable world of matter and am superior even to the imperishable soul, Jivatma, hence I am known as the Purushottama, the Supreme Self in the world as well as in the Vedas. Arjuna, the wise man, who thus realizes me as the Supreme Person, knowing all, he constantly worships me, the all-pervading Lord, with his whole being. Arjuna, this most esoteric teaching has thus been imparted by me. Grasping it in essence, man becomes wise, and his mission in life is accomplished. Thus, in the Upanishad sung by the Lord, the science of Brahma, the scripture of yoga, the dialogue between Sri Krishna and Arjuna ends the 15th chapter, entitled The Yoga of the Supreme Person. Next up, chapter 16, entitled The Yoga of Division between the Divine and the Demoniacal Properties.